Hello, Gassy, latest news. A touching and unexpected moment occurred amidst the warm atmosphere between the BTS members. In an exclusive interview that initially seemed relaxed, the atmosphere suddenly turned emotional when Jungkook, the youngest member, opened up and revealed something he had been keeping hidden. With a trembling voice and tears welling in his eyes, Jungkook said, all this time, I may have seemed strong, but there's one person I've always been a silent support for. And that's Taehyung. The atmosphere suddenly fell silent. The members fell silent, and the camera captured the moment Taehyung lowered his head, covered his face with his hands, and began to cry uncontrollably. His tears flowed freely, not from sadness, but from a profound sense of emotion and surprise. Jungkook continued, I can never thank him enough. He's always there, even though I never asked for it. Those sincere words touched the hearts of everyone in the room. Even the staff watching the filming seemed to be caught up in the atmosphere. Taehyung finally embraced Jungkook, and the two were locked in a warm, meaningful embrace. The incident not only touched the hearts of ARMYs worldwide, but also revealed another side of Taehyung and Jungkook's brotherly bond, one that had previously only been seen through jokes and interactions on stage. Behind the spotlight and popularity, there was a strong bond full of mutual respect, understanding, and care for one another. After the emotional moment, Taehyung finally spoke, his voice still wavering from the tears that had not yet fully subsided. I never thought you would feel that way, Jungkook. I just did what I felt I had to do as a young. But I also needed you all this time, Those words made the atmosphere even more emotional. The other BTS members were touched, some of them even wiping away tears. RM then tried to lighten the mood with a warm smile, saying, this isn't an interview anymore. This is a group therapy session. A small laugh was heard, but it couldn't erase the warmth that had just formed. After filming concluded, footage of this touching moment was officially uploaded by the agency. It didn't take long for the video to garner millions of comments and reactions. Many fans wrote that they could feel the sincerity in Jungkook and Taehyung's words and appreciated the depth of their friendship. One viral comment read, this isn't just about Taehyung and Jungkook. This is about a family formed not by blood, but by love and a shared journey. In the entertainment world full of pressure and expectations, moments like this serve as a reminder that idols are human too. They need a shoulder to cry on. They can be vulnerable, and they can cry. After the video went viral, media outlets from Korea to the international media began reporting on the emotional moment between Taehyung and Jungkook. Headlines like Taehyung and Jungkook show their unbreakable bond and Jungkook shocking, holding back tears graced entertainment news portals. Several psychologists even commented in the media, stating that moments like this are crucial and emotionally healthy, especially in a work environment as intense as the K-pop world. They highlighted how openness between colleagues, in this case fellow BTS members, can be a powerful form of emotional support amidst the pressures of global popularity. ARMYs from around the world didn't stay silent. They created various fan art, edited videos, and even wrote poems about the touching moment. Many expressed that Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship inspired them to build more honest and supportive friendships. A few days after the incident, Taehyung shared a post on the official community platform with a simple yet meaningful caption, I always say I'm fine, but that day, I realized that it's okay to not be okay, He also added, thank you, Jungkook, Meanwhile, Jungkook greeted ARMY during one of his live broadcasts and calmly discussed the moment. I never planned to say that ... But at that moment, it felt like my heart couldn't keep still anymore. I wanted Taehyung to know how precious he is. That simple yet sincere confession confirmed that their relationship wasn't just a gimmick for fans. There was a real depth of emotion and trust in each other, one that had grown since the early days of their debut, through hardships, laughter, and tears, and now blossomed into something irreplaceable. Over time, this touching moment between Taehyung and Jungkook became a significant milestone in BTS's journey. Many fans felt closer to them, not just as idols, but also as human beings whose vulnerabilities and strengths strengthened each other. In fact, this moment inspired many to be more courageous in expressing their feelings to those closest to them. On various forums and social media, fans shared personal stories about how they, too, began to open up and receive support from friends and family. Meanwhile, Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship became increasingly harmonious on various occasions. Their warm, caring, and nurturing interactions were clear evidence that their emotional bond was more than just lip service. In a recent interview, Taehyung said, "I learned that crying isn't a sign of weakness, but a sign of courage to face what we feel. Jungkook gave me that strength." Similarly, Jungkook admitted, Taehyung isn't just a senior or a friend. He's like family. There are times when we need to show our weaknesses so we can strengthen each other. After that moment, Taehyung and Jungkook were often seen sharing small, warm moments behind the scenes, from encouraging each other during practice to light-hearted laughter that made everything feel lighter. They were like two souls who complemented each other, reminding each other that in a challenging journey, support and honesty are key. Fans continued to offer their loving support, spreading the positive message that crying and expressing one's feelings are not signs of weakness, but rather the greatest courage a person can possess. This moment also served as an important reminder for everyone that there's no need to hide one's feelings in silence. Sometimes, letting the tears flow and opening one's heart to those closest to them can bring incredible peace and strength. In a world that often demands that we appear strong and perfect, Taehyung and Jungkook's courage to express their feelings is a valuable lesson for us all. They remind us that true strength doesn't come from holding back tears, but from the courage to allow ourselves to feel and share our pain. When Taehyung couldn't hold back his tears after Jungkook's confession, it wasn't a sign of weakness, but rather evidence of a deep and sincere bond, one that can strengthen each other through any storm. They aren't just idols we admire from afar, but human beings with stories and feelings just like ours. And through this deeply emotional moment, they showed that in every tear, there is hope. In every confession, there is strength. And in every friendship, there is irreplaceable love. This isn't just Taehyung and Jungkook's story. It's our story about the courage to be honest, to open our hearts, and to find strength in vulnerability. That moment was a turning point not only for Taehyung and Jungkook, but also for the millions of fans who witnessed it. They were reminded that behind success and popularity, there's a human side that's just as important to nurture feelings, honesty, and unconditional support. Now, every time we see Taehyung and Jungkook together, we see not just two superstars on the world stage, but also two true friends who bravely show that tears aren't something to hide, but rather something to cherish. Their story teaches us to be more sensitive, more open, and more courageous in facing our own feelings. Because behind every tear, new strength is born. The touching moment between Taehyung and Jungkook isn't just a captured moment, but a true story that illustrates the depth of their bond as brothers and best friends. Behind every laugh and grand stage performance lies an emotional world full of twists, struggles, and boundless love. Jungkook's heartfelt confession is a great courage, especially for a young idol who has always seemed strong and confident. By expressing his gratitude and emotional dependence on Taehyung, he opens the door for anyone feeling weary to know they're not alone. That accepting help and expressing their feelings are essential parts of life's journey. Likewise, Taehyung, who has always been known as a cheerful and strong person, allowed himself to cry, proving that crying is not a sign of weakness, but rather a sign that we care and value the relationships we have. His tears were the language of the heart that cannot be expressed in words. A recognition. Her tears were the language of her heart that words couldn't express. A confession that in a world that was often harsh and stressful, she found strength in Jungkook's presence. This insight not only affected the two of them, but also inspired all BTS members to be more open and supportive of one another. They realized that behind the success they achieved together, it was crucial to maintain mental and emotional health through sharing and acceptance. Equally important, this moment served as an inspiration to millions of fans worldwide. Many began to open up, admit their feelings, and seek support when feeling tired or stressed. They learned from Taehyung and Jungkook that it's okay to not be okay, and that showing vulnerability can actually be the greatest source of strength. Through this simple confession, Taehyung and Jungkook showed the world that, behind the success and glitz of the entertainment world, there are ordinary people who equally need love, understanding, and support. They prove that true friendship isn't just about being together in happy times, but also about having the courage to share pain and tears. This story teaches us all a valuable lesson, that true strength comes from having the courage to be honest with ourselves and others. That in every relationship, honesty and openness are the foundation that makes a bond strong and irreplaceable. When Taehyung cried after Jungkook's confession, it was not only a touching moment, but also a symbol of a long journey of ever-growing love and understanding. As time passes, the moment Taehyung cried after Jungkook's confession isn't just a passing story. It continues to resonate with fans, serving as a reminder that all of us, even superstars, have a vulnerable side that deserves to be accepted and cherished. In a world that often demands perfection, BTS honestly shows their humanity.